Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Celeste and this is my YouTube channel, Celeste Creates. I am here today for FlossTube number 68 and it is Wednesday, April 3rd, so happy Easter. Easter was this past Sunday and in the Catholic Church, this is the octave of Easter, so we celebrate Easter Sunday for 8 days. And the whole Easter season lasts even longer. It lasts all the way till 50 days after Easter until Pentecost. So we get to celebrate Easter for a long time, and so should we, right? It is the most glorious celebration of our whole, Christian faith, right? Jesus's death was not the end, but he rose again on the third day to open the gates of heaven for us, and he purchased our salvation through his precious blood, and he rose into heaven so that we can live there with him and the Father and the Holy Spirit for all of eternity. So I'm so very thankful for Easter. I hope you all had a wonderful celebration, whatever you do on Easter. We had a really, really wonderful weekend. All my kids were home, and my son that is at A&M brought home one of his core buddies, and he stayed with us for the weekend, and we went to the Easter Vigil Mass on Saturday evening, which was gorgeous. And so we celebrated on Sunday. We had a wonderful lunch, and so some of them had to leave and go back on Sunday evening. My daughter didn't leave till Monday evening, so it was great. I am looking forward to having them all home again for at least a couple weeks in May. Jacob finishes up his law school semester pretty early in May because I think they only do 12 weeks. So he'll be home in between that and then going back up to Dallas-Fort Worth area to start his internship towards the end of May. And then Nicole will be home all summer, and so will Andrew, and hopefully they will have jobs. So yeah, looking forward to that, having them home again, because that's just the best. It's so much fun. So we had a wonderful, wonderful Easter. The weather today is fabulous. It is just beautiful. It's a little coolish and sunny and green and just beautiful. So we are enjoying that today. So I think that's all the updates I've got. So I survived Lent. I don't want to say it that way because I didn't survive Lent, but I did, among some other things, other sacrifices that I made during the Lenten season. One of them was to not buy any cross stitch for myself during Lent. So I actually still haven't ordered anything. I really thought that I would be like chomping at the bit on Easter Sunday to order something, but I haven't yet. Maybe I'm still just kind of pondering what it is I really want to get. I'll show you towards the end something that I have plans for. And so I guess let's get started. I've got some finishes and my whips, a new start. I've got the giveaway from last time towards the end. I've got a giveaway for today, and I think that's it. So let's get started. All right, there's my notebook. All right, so it's been 3 weeks since I saw you. I kind of contemplated doing a video, which would have been 2 weeks, a 2-week time span last Wednesday before Holy Thursday, but I just felt like, oh, I've got something I want to finish up, and I've got a new start coming. I'll just wait till the Wednesday after Easter, and we'll do it then. So here I am. It's been 3 weeks, and I've been busy. So one of the things that I decided to do was abandon a whip. So it doesn't happen terribly often, but this one, it was time, and I really pondered it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, and then I just decided, it's okay, and I can be done with this one and move on. So the whip that I abandoned in the last 3 weeks was Liberty's Welcome by Plum Street. It's a lovely, lovely chart. I just was never enjoying it. I'm not sure I ever enjoyed it. And I can insert a picture here. Y'all can see how much I did and the chart. I'll put that in here. So it's beautiful, and I'd done a decent amount, but there was still a whole lot left to be done. And somebody said, well, maybe you just don't enjoy big samplers. And I said, oh, no. I enjoy big samplers. If there's anything I enjoy, it's big samplers. So I'm not sure what it was about it, but it was time. It was time to be done. So I was able to sell the partway, you know, the whip itself and the chart. And then I sold the one DMC with it that I'd changed the house color to, so that they could continue with that color and not kind of wonder. So that's one whip that is gone, and I'm glad. I'm really glad that it's found a happy home and somebody will enjoy it. And so for that, I'm very thankful. And so I was able to do that. So I guess I'll share this one next. This was a finish and an FFO, which is another one that I didn't abandon, but I definitely, I quit early. So I really find that I just don't feel like I have to slog through something. And if I am, then it's going to sit there and just collect dust. Technically not, because it's in a project bag, but you know what I mean. It's just going to sit and languish, and I would rather, like, the liberty's welcome. I would rather somebody else who really does want to stitch it to do it, and or, you know, make some changes so that I'm happy with what I'm stitching on. Anyway, all that to say, I'm listening to myself. I always have, but I'm just making sure I do. I'm not sure any of that made any sense whatsoever. So here is the chart that I finished and FFO'd, but I made a big change. So this is a pretty old, this was a pretty old whip for me. So I came back to cross stitch in late 2019, but then really got going March of 2020 as COVID was really on its upswing, right? And so this whip is actually from August of 2020. So I only have, right now I only have 3 whips left from 2020, and I do want to finish all 3 of those at this point. That could change, probably not, but so this was from August of 2020, and it is a gorgeous chart. My friend Chrissy, she has finished her chart completely and framed it, and it's beautiful. So this is Anne Ariel 1841 from GGR. It's a beautiful French sampler. I do love it. It is very beautiful. So here's my story. Shall I tell you the story and then? Okay, yeah, I will. Okay. When I started this chart, I started in the middle because this is my absolute favorite part. I guess it's a little hard to see, but the altar with the tabernacle, the candles, that's my very favorite part. There's some other parts on here that, I mean, there's a lot of candles up here. I don't know what that is. That looks like a thurifer for the incense. I do like the berry bowl. I'm not even sure what some of this is. Some pots. Anyway, it's really pretty, and I like the letters at the top. The border I always wondered about. So here's what happened. Let me show you. So I told you I started in the middle when I started it back in 2020. It started in the middle with the altar and the tabernacle because that was my favorite part. And so here's what the finished product turned out. This is my FFO, all framed. And I am actually so happy with how it turned out. I think it is beautiful in this frame. I love the frame. I got this on clearance. It was just in the clearance frames at Hobby Lobby a while back, and I didn't have to cut this. This is perfect. And so it's been laced and tightened and laced and put in there. So I had been working, I had finished all the altar, this some of this up here. I had been working on the candles in these little pots. I had done the Alleluia, and we'd done this flower and cross over here, and then I'd actually done, like, there was a motif here I'd done and a motif here. And what I did is I had thought I'm gonna get working on the border, because this is before I'd made the decision to shrink it. So I'd come to here, and I was able to come down because the border comes down right here. And I mean, it's not a hard border at all. I mean, it's not hard, but that's a lot of green border, a lot of green border, and it's extremely boring. I'm sorry. Big leaves. They weren't small leaves. They're pretty big. And the more I looked at the picture, the more I thought, and saw the, because these are just such beautiful soft colors, but then that border was a much darker green, and it almost overpowered to me the rest of the colors on here. So that's when I kind of started pondering, what do I want to do? I don't think I want to do the whole thing. Plus, as gorgeous as this color, this right here, this Adobe, is actually a beautiful, beautiful color. It's a Gentle Arts. But I was getting a little sick of it too. I don't know, why do we have these feelings sometimes, right? And sometimes not. So I think I was just not sold on doing the entire sampler, and that this center portion is the part I love the best. So that's when I made the decision. I took out whatever motif was here. I took out what was here. I made sure I had both flower pots on both sides. I did these. I had both of these. That's where they're supposed to be. Finished up the candles. Finished up the cross and everything on top, and these leaves and the crowns. And so that is all as it should be. So actually, I didn't move anything around. So all of this that you see is exactly how it looks in the sampler. So I just removed what was here and here that I had already stitched. So this is exactly how it would look. The only change I made was I wanted to put some other words. So I looked up this Alleluia is just an old French spelling of Alleluia. And so what I did, since it was in French, I thought of putting Agnus Dei, Lamb of God, but that's Latin, and I could have done that. But I thought, I'm going to look up, since I think this is in French and it's a French sampler, I'm going to look up the Lamb of God in French. So don't ask me to pronounce it. Agneau de Dieu. There we go. That was my effort. Like I said, I do Spanish. But anyway, I looked that up, stitched that in one of these really pretty colors that I had not done yet. I think this is called Blueberry from Gentle Arts, and I added that in, and I finished it. I finished it, and I'm done, and I absolutely love it. It just, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with how it came out. I'm thrilled with my decision. Let's see if I can give you some close up. So I'm not unhappy at all. I'm really glad that I made that decision, and that it's done. So I have not hung this yet. I actually did the lacing and framing this morning while I was on a Zoom call with some stitching friends, and so after I film this, I get to go down and figure out where I'm gonna hang it. I'll put a picture at the end of where I end up hanging it. So I'm going to actually be giving away, this is one of the giveaways at the end. I'll be giving away this chart, and if you want to stitch the whole thing, awesome. If not, feel free to do what I did. But I will be giving away this chart towards the end of the video. So that is a finish not abandoned, because I finished it and I FFO'd. So I just want to like thank my sweet friend Kim Goldman, Contented Needleworker Kim, here on YouTube and Instagram, just for I'm not a non-border stitcher. I don't mind borders. The whip I started with the border. I don't mind the borders. I will do them. I will do the whole border. But I think what Kim has helped many of us maybe to see is that I can change things up. I can make decisions about this sampler or whatever piece I'm stitching, and I don't have to do it a certain way just because everybody's doing that or just because the chart says that. Sometimes I will. Most of the time I will, right? But just that freedom to say, no, I think this is what I'm gonna do. So I appreciate that Kim has kind of inspired all of us, I think, to make some of those decisions for ourselves, which then kind of goes back to Lori Holt, my quilting idol. Lori has forever said, you're the boss of your own quilt, and I take that to heart. This is my quilt. I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm not gonna stress about maybe things that other people stress about on a quilt. And so this is my hobby. This is for my enjoyment, and I think I've said it before, there's so many things in this life that I have to do or that need to be done, and this is my fun. So anyway, that's a lot of words just to say that, but Anne Ariel is done and off my whip list, so that's kind of exciting. All right, another finish in an FFO is, I had just started this little chart, maybe February, I forget, but I was kind of like, I just want some more, I mean, it's called spring green, but I didn't want more spring things. I just kind of wanted more, pretty much really everyday kind of stitched pieces, so that when the Easter stuff is gone, or it's not patriotic, or just some other places around the house where maybe I don't decorate for a holiday or for a season, that I have some other cross stitch pieces, right, that aren't samplers on the wall. So because I got a whole drawer full of stuff that needs to be framed. I will get to that, because I was actually going to do some framing before it got too hot, but now there's a bunch of stuff in the garage in front of the saw, and I can't get to the saw, so I guess that would encourage me to get those donations, get the donations out of here so I can get to the saw. So anyway, I am rambling today. So this one is Spring Green, and it is from it's from the Ooh La La book by Blackbird. And I contemplated, it's stitched just like it's called for. There was a few flosses that I didn't have the over dyed, or it was somewhere else, so I just used the DMC, which turned out really pretty. I contemplated changing the words spring green, because every time I think of spring green, I think of spring green is at Wisconsin, where Country Sampler is, and but then I just thought, no, it's just spring green. It's green in the spring, so we call it spring green. So anyway, it's done. I have no idea what linen this is. It was a scrap. I love it. I love those flowers. Oh, the colors. So there's the back, some real pretty fabric and a little piece of wool, and then I just glued on some mini recrack trim from Lady Dot. This is mossy, and I thought it went really well, and it's glued on, and I'm gonna go put that downstairs somewhere. So that is a finish and an FFO since I last saw you. I was sitting here, I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is that? What's that thing right there? Oh, it's my initial. That's a C. Looks different on camera. So I love that. Really pretty. So got that done. All right, what else? What did I work on? Okay, whips. I totally did not get the whips. On my new start, I'll show you that first because it's a whip. So we'll show you that, then I'll get up and go get the two other whips that I need to show you. Okay. On Easter Sunday, even though I didn't put a ton of stitches in, because it was Easter Sunday and it was really busy. I did start a new chart with my friend Kara. She painted daisy stitches. I'll put it in the comment in the drop down box below. But my friend Kara and she's starting a bunch of big samplers, and so we decided on Easter we would start Hannah Sanderson from Dutch Treat Designs. And I only have a black and white copy, so I will insert a picture here of footprint of what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, you get me. You get the real me. So we started this on Sunday, and I have been working on it. I haven't had a ton of time on Monday or Tuesday either, but I'm working at it. I'm gonna get it in some time this afternoon. It is beautiful. There's two different colorways you can do. You can do the original colorway that came, I think it was in a magazine, and it had been done on a lighter, let me see, is that right? Darker linen, lighter linen, I forget, with some brighter colors. And then there was, when she published the chart, there was also a darker colorway. So the chart that I have has both colorways in it, and I've chosen the brighter one, the one that looks like the sampler that was originally in the magazine. So I am using the DMC, which are really, really pretty. Let me look at the pretty pinks. Love those. Blues, red. There's only one color. I'll show you here in a second. I'm going to decide what I want to do. So I am doing this. I'm stitching this on 36 count Lucia from Tropical Stitches. Of course, I was just saying today, it's still hands down my very favorite linen. The feel, it is just beautiful, beautiful linen. Feels good. It is gorgeous. My go-to. That's just what I go to. It's beautiful. I'm always happy. I was gonna say I'm never not happy. Okay, I'm always happy with her linen. Always, always. Okay, so here it is. Isn't that pretty? Look at that Lucia. I love that. So, so pretty. So this is the top left border. And that's the only color I'm worried about right there, is that yellow. So I could either darken it or lighten it on this border, and then just have it available maybe for other places. It's not horrible. I mean, I can see it, but I might rip that one out and change it up, because the other alternating flowers, it's going to be like yellow, pink, yellow, pink. So I'm gonna look into that and see what I think. But the linen, it's all really, really pretty. The borders are very pretty, very easy to stitch. So let me pop that picture up here once again, because I want you to look at the top of the sampler. So you can see that the top, I mean, almost half, but a great portion of the top of the sampler are the words. And that was one of the things that actually kept me from stitching this sampler. I remember, I think Senorita Stitches has finished this one. It's beautiful, and I've always thought it was beautiful and wanted to stitch it, but the words, and it's just, I just didn't want to do all that. So I did some cut and paste. Thank you, Kim. I did some cut and paste like Kim would, and I actually took out the words and brought the border down, and it leaves me a small space that will be right in here, just one line that I can put in a scripture or a prayer or something like that, and then the rest of all the motifs continue. So I pretty much, I mean, I chopped it. It actually went together really well, so I was pretty excited about that I could finagle the border, and it's pretty seamless. And then I just don't have all those words, because that was what had kept me from stitching the sampler. I love all the rest of it. So that way I can add something there in that space that's meaningful to me, and then stitch all the beautiful motifs. It's just gorgeous. So I am going to continue working on that one. I have no plans to put it down yet, and so I will hopefully in 2 weeks be able to show you a good bit of progress. So that is Hannah Sanderson. So let me pause here and get the other 2 whips that I forgot. Okay, the other sampler that I spent a good bit of time on, I guess I was working on Anne Ariel during Holy Week, and so then the week of Lent before that I was working on this sampler, which is another GTR, very close in time. It's Bridget Power 1840. I love this one too. So gorgeous. A lot of times on these GTRs, what I do is I go look on, because she puts the antique on the front, and so I'll go look around on Instagram and see if I can find somebody who's finished it, and it actually, I will do a screenshot of that and save it on my phone, so that I have that also to refer to. It actually really kind of helps me as I'm, you know, when that's all I've got in the chart, it helps me to see somebody else's finished project and as a kind of a reference. So I love Bridget. She's beautiful. My friend Chrissy is also stitching her, and you can't see here, but there's these grapes down in here, and they're all over 1, and we may do those, some different grapes over 2, and then call it a day. We'll see. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm stitching this bag on Tropical Stitches Elanora. Elanora. Oh, it's beautiful too. And this chart I had to do lots of Xeroxing and cutting and pasting, or taping it together so I was doing a lot of flipping. Okay. This is Elanora. And here's where oh, that's hard to see. Okay, let me see. Pause. Okay, here she is. Isn't that pretty linen? Elanora. Look at that flower basket. Is that not gorgeous? And it's so much fun to work on. It's just beautiful. And so then there's the beginning. This curtain is gorgeous. And then there's the beginning of the tabernacle. But man, that flower basket. I've seen somebody out there who actually only stitched the flower basket at the top, and it's stunning. Just beautiful. So I got a lot done on that one. So I'm really thrilled. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So see, I'm not afraid of big samplers, and I'm even not afraid of fill-in. It just has to be the right one. So there's Bridget. She's beautiful. All right. I worked on her. The other thing I started during Holy Week, I better put that back, or I'll be looking for it later. The other thing I started during Holy Week, the other thing I started during Holy Week was this wonderful chart that Teresa Kogut put out as a freebie. He Loves Us. It's her Easter freebie chart, and it was so, so pretty. So I downloaded that right away, found a scrap of linen, and started that, and I will finish it hopefully this week or sometime soon. I don't have much left, and that's upside down. How about that? So I have all the words done. Oh, how he loves us. So I just got to work on the flowers, and that should go pretty fast. I just haven't picked it up in a couple days. Isn't that a pretty linen? I love that. So that's that, and I had all the colors. I had the overdyes, the couple of overdyes that she called for, as well as the DMCs. So had those, and so I'm looking forward to finishing that. I think I'm gonna finish it in a flat round with a little bit, almost like the top of a drum, just the top. I did that with a little squirrel that I had before, but I have a lot of antique dishes, and so then if you make one of those rounds that has just a little bit of a dome to it, and you set it inside an antique dish or an antique plate and just set it out, it looks really, really pretty. So hopefully I'll have that done, and I'll show you next time what I did with that. So that's my other whip. I think that's it. So I have a plan. Actually, I have two plans. I have a friend who is going to start Though He Seemeth Sleeping by Lucy Beam. And when she's ready to start that, I will be starting that. So it's actually kitted up right there. And then I have another one I was pulling flosses for today. I don't have the chart yet, but I'm going to get it. I think it's going to be, it's not even a market release. I can't believe it. I haven't bought anything from market yet. It's not a market release, but it's something I would love to stitch, and it is called Oh Sweet Humility by Cross Stitch Antiques, and it's a gorgeous sampler, and I'm going to buy it and I'm going to stitch it. So I just need the chart and get a piece of linen from Laura that's big enough, because I don't think I have anything big enough right now, and I'm going to stitch it in the DMCs. So there's the DMCs that I have right now are right there. So I only need like 5 or 6 others, or they're somewhere. But let me insert a picture of it here because it's just gorgeous. Oh Sweet Humility. So I don't know when I'll start that, but it's been talking to me and calling to me. So that's on my list of things that I want to stitch, and 500 other things, right? I think if I do order anything from market, I will order, I really like the Hands-On Design Botanical Bee. And then I also like the 12 Days of Christmas Stockings from Annie B's Folk Art. So those might be the two things I go ahead and order. I don't know, we'll see. I have a lot of stuff. So. All right, I think that is all the stitching. The only other thing I wanted to show you, let me pause and I'll show it to you. So the other thing I wanted to show you was a quilt that I want to work on. So this is a book that I got called The Civil War Sewing Circle. It's Kathleen Tracy, really, really pretty quilts. And here is this quilt in here, the Shoe Fly Doll Quilt. Love, I really wanted to make a pink and brown with the Civil War fabrics, and so I'm going to do this one. Just a small doll quilt, not very big, but I really think I would enjoy playing with that. So can I do this? I was pulling fabrics for it the other day to cut from. So I've got those creams, I've got browns, and I've got the pinks. I love that. There was a line, and I never did get it. Maybe if I ever find some somewhere, it was called Chocolate Covered Cherries, and I think it was a Kim Deal line, and I kind of wish I'd bought that, but oh well. I have beautiful fabrics here. I think this is going to make a fabulous little quilt, so I'm looking forward to doing that. So that's on my list of plans. I think that's it. We don't have school this week. Well, they have school, just not school for mom. So those children that I only have 2 at home. But the 2 that, if they have an outside class, like my my oldest at home, Michael, who's a junior, he does dual credit at the junior college. So he still has that this week, but they don't have to do anything for mom. So my youngest, Brayden, he gets a little more free time because most of his school is for me. All right, I think that's it. So I think I am ready for the giveaway from last time. It was really fun. I had you to say notions. I think the word was notions, and what is your favorite, your notions that you know, like your must-haves. That was really, really fun to read all your comments. I always read all of them. I always heart them. Sometimes I'll comment if I can, or if I know it needs to be commented on. But it was really fun to read your word, or not your words. They were words. You read your comments. And to hear the notions that you love to have. So that was really fun. Thank you for participating and answering. I really enjoyed that. And so what I had for the giveaway, and I'm still not going to show what's inside, so whoever gets it gets the surprise, this notions bag that I made from the Tiny Nine patch. I made myself a project bag, and I made this notions bag. So there's goodies inside, and so the word was notions, and so the winner for this notions bag with the goodies inside is... So email me, my email is in the drop down below, and let me know that you won this, and I will get it in the mail to you. So I am excited to get that out there. So this week I have 2 giveaways, okay? One was the one I told you about. I'm giving away my copy of GGR and Ariel. So if you would like to be entered to win this chart, you just need to use Anne, A-N-N-E, Anne, in your comment. And this will be, I will draw for that. And then the other one is, I'm gonna give you 2 patriotic charts, one that I've stitched and one that I haven't. So I have stitched Liberty House from Brenda Gervais. Flag, what that one? I have not stitched George and Martha from Home Street. And so this is one giveaway. Both of these charts is going to go to one person. So if you want to be entered to win these charts, use the word flag in the comment. And I want you to tell me what your favorite part of spring is. And okay, I take that back. Well, you can do that. But I want to know what your favorite, what is the thing that you look forward to blooming or growing in the spring? So right now I planted a few new roses, and I'm super excited for those to bloom. I can't wait to see what they look like. Also, my plants called yellow bells, I think their technical name is Esperanza. I look forward to those blooming, and just things getting green just really is exciting. And I'm gonna go back outside and look at my rose bushes again because one's almost open. So maybe I'll take a little picture of that one. I think I'm gonna plant some more roses. I love them. So anyway, flag and Anne, A-N-N-E, and let me know what you look forward to seeing bloom and grow in the springtime. So I think that is all I have for you today. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Again, happy Easter, and I'm just so thankful for our Lord Jesus Christ and his resurrection, for his death, his suffering, his death, and his resurrection. And I'm so glad that we get to celebrate Easter for a long time. So enjoy your springtime, enjoy the weather. I hope for some of you out there it's less cold and getting springy and things are sprouting. We're well into spring here, so we're loving it. And before you know it, it'll be summer, like in 2 weeks. It's just how it goes around here. Every time we get like a little cool spell, so like it was, I was up at church at Bible study last night, and I walked out and I was going to the chapel to pray for adoration, and I kind of walked out of Bible study and it was like, oh, it's so nice. It was cool and breezy, and I was kind of like, oh, I wish adoration was outside. Because every time I feel like we get one of those, just a slightly cool day or cool snap, you know, like you just want to run outside and enjoy it, because here near Houston, you just kind of know, oh, this might be the last one. Oh, this could be it. This could be the last one. So get outside, enjoy the sunshine, and enjoy your stitching. And I'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks with stuff to show you. So God bless you, and have a great couple of weeks. Bye.